Good morning. It is November 10th of 2025. Welcome to the Suffering 2.0. This morning I weighed in at 239.8, just under 240, but that's after a weekend of me literally eating whatever I wanted after the end of a 12-week cut. So it is what it is. This is day one. Got that out my system for the weekend, and now we're going to be going full force at it again. I've already had my oatmeal, my pills, and my protein, so now I'm getting ready for work. I get to work an hour early just so I can walk around and get my cardio in while I'm at work, so I don't have to do cardio at the house and then get dressed and then go and do all that stuff. So let me get to work so I can do my cardio. I know it's like, why would you get to work an hour early? Why don't you go to the gym or go walk around your neighborhood? It's just more convenient this way. I'm already here. I don't have to worry about getting dressed and undressed and everything else. And honestly, it's kind of nice because I take that supplement Animal Cuts, gives me a ton of energy. And then by the time I get to work, I'm like, wide awake. And then I get here early, so I get to walk around and just kind of clear my mind and get ready for the day. And just kind of knock out two birds with one stone. That's not as bad as it sounds. Plus, since I just walk around, it's not like my cardio has to be some type of special equipment or environment or some kind of special place. Like, if you watch the other videos of the Suffering, then y'all know I was doing 2 walks a day, and I was recording them every day. And I would stop at a store. If I was out and about and it was time for me to eat, I would eat my food. And then I would go to like Target or Walmart or Kroger or H-E-B, a department store. I would just find somewhere nearby in the area if it was really hot outside and I didn't want to sweat it. And I would go in there and just walk around the store for 10 minutes. If it was cool outside, I would go find a parking lot and I just walk around the parking lot, just wherever I was at, It wasn't a very difficult thing to do. So I figured on this time, what I've been doing for the last 12 weeks is I have literally been walking twice a day, an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening. So seeing as if I want to do cardio, but the 10-minute cardio and the way I was training and the way I was eating, I'm not going to say it wasn't successful, because it was. I just think that this is more efficient. Like, I tried listening to a bunch of the other guys on YouTube, a lot of the trainers, a lot of the experts, and they all talk about, like, you don't have to do steady state cardio. You can just do like 10-minute walks after every time you eat. And then some people sit here and say like zone 2 cardio. And other people say, oh, just 10,000 steps a day, 10,000 steps a day. So everybody says something different. I've tried all of them. And to be honest, the one that works the absolute best for me is steady state cardio. Long durations at slow paces and slow intensity seem to keep my body from burning muscle and holding on to it allows my body to hold on to more muscle and burn almost all fat. So I don't waste away my muscle tissue by doing all these high intensity, zone 2, breathing like crazy cardio. Yeah, I know I'm gasping a little bit for air here, but my heart's not racing and I'm not out of breath so bad that I can't talk. So I do try to walk at a decent pace where I do have a little bit of accelerated heart, but nothing crazy. And I do this twice a day. And to be honest, it's helped out all my blood markers too. My hematocrit, my blood pressure, my I can't remember. Your markers for diabetes and pre-diabetic and all that stuff. A1C, yeah, my A1C, like all my blood markers are perfect. Like I had high blood pressure and some of my blood markers were out of range before I started doing this. But now that I've been walking twice a day, every day for an hour, all my blood markers are perfect. Not to mention the diet. I'm not gonna lie, I think I have a pretty well-rounded diet and it's working very well, very successful. So I'm just gonna keep plugging away at it and see how it goes. So I'm gonna finish my walk now, because it probably looks weird me walking around holding my phone talking to myself. And I will see you guys here in a few moments. Well, for you, I guess it's going to be instantaneous. Like, next scene. that is my decaf coffee being brewed because I enjoy the way it tastes. Now, as far as it goes for energy, I'm taking, I've kind of already opened the pack. This right here, this is the Animal Cuts. I'm gonna take these delicious pills, and that's gonna give me my actual energy for my workout. I'm about to go heat up my last meal of the day, which is chicken and rice. But I like to take these about maybe 10 minutes before I actually eat my last meal. So where do I stand on diet pills? Because I take them, right? Animal Cuts, it's their diet pill formula. Do I feel like they work? I don't know. Because this is my first time actually taking them. I have taken diet pills in the past. Real quick, here's my chicken and rice, 150 grams of rice and however much chicken that is. I'm gonna make a little confession here. I do 1.5 pounds of chicken a day, and I divide it between 4 meals. I don't weigh out how much it is per meal. I just eyeball it and try to get an even size and portion because I know how much the total is for the day, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, back to the diet pill. So I've tried diet pills in the past, and to be honest, besides the caffeine giving me energy, I don't really know how much they actually helped, worked, or were even effective if they were at all. I feel like your diet and cardio is far more superior over any pill you could take for losing weight. So I take them because even if there is a 1%, possibly 2% increase in fat loss over the month, that's worth it to me at this point, especially if I don't have to do any additional work to be able to lose any additional weight. So let's even go better than that. No, I'll say about 1-2% a month. Not even a week. Not even a week. Let's just say a month. 1 to 2% increase pure fat loss over the course of a month is worth it if you don't lose any additional muscle mass. I think it's 100% worth it when you get to a certain point. Plus, these have like a diuretic that helps you lose water weight, so you can only take them for 3 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on. So I'm going to do this off and on for the next 12 weeks with these pills and see what the difference is. Now it's like, okay, how much is it your diet? How much is it your training? And how much do these pills really contribute to your weight loss? That's the kicker. I don't know. I honestly can't tell you, but I know my weight loss has slowed down in the last 12 weeks because this is technically week 13, but I'm calling it week 1 of week 12. So I like to do 12-week intervals. And I'll see how far I get. And again, I can't really say, oh, those are pills or not. I think ultimately it's the amount of effort you put into your diet, your training, and your cardio that's going to get you the absolute most results, not the pill you take or the supplement brand that you're diehard loyal to. I'm not a supplement brand kind of guy. I don't have any loyalty to any of these brands because none of them pay me, so there's no loyalty. It's just really like, let me try this product and see how I like it. So that's what I'm doing right now with these, and we'll see how it goes. Monday night, so it is back night. So I am going to be starting off with barbell rows. I alternate between heavy and light. So I start with barbell rows. When I say heavy, I mean heavy. It's not actually heavy, but I like to do rest pause to drop sets in my top set. And then from there I go to a high volume movement where I just do a bunch of volume, nothing special. And then I see how I feel after that. And then after that, I'll decide on my third movement if I'm going to do more rest pause and drop sets or if I'm just going to continue to do just straight sets all the way through. And then I just kind of go by feel for the night if I'm going to make it more intense or if I'm just doing volume. So it kind of changes up, but it's been working, training instinctual for me, so I'm not going to really alter things whenever it's working. It's a good start. Okay, so barbell rows, that's like my high intensity part of the workout. That's where I try to do heavy, but a lot of like pass failure techniques, rest, pause, drop, set. Now I'm going to close grip, pull downs. So this is more for like the stretch and tension. I don't do any intensity on this. It's just basically 4 straight sets of 12 to 15. Depends on how it feels. Time for soccer practice. All right. And we're walking. So we have an hour walk to do. We do this twice a day. So 2 hours of cardio a day over the course of 84 days is 168 hours worth of cardio. And you put that in perspective, right? You think about like people getting results, and then it's like, you can't rush it. You can't sit there and do 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours of cardio a day and do these aggressive sprints and stair climbs and everything and then get abs in like 2 weeks. It just doesn't work that way, because if you do too much cardio, you do too aggressive a cardio, what's going to happen is you're going to waste away all your muscle tissue. So you can only do so much productive cardio a day to preserve as much muscle as you can while burning as much fat as you can. So there's no way around it. It takes a lot of time to get the results that you want, to be able to look the way you want. And that's why it's so respectable whenever you see people with these nice builds.
And that's why it's so impressive, because you know how much time it takes to get to this. And a lot of people end up being like, oh, that takes too long. I don't have time for that. Okay, so you're gonna spend the next 20 years of your life feeling miserable and not looking how you wanna look because it's gonna take too much time. And that's comical, because it's like 2 years is still less time than 20 years of still looking the way you look and feeling terrible. So I just don't understand why people have that type of mindset instead of looking to better themselves. But it is what it is. After this walk, I'm going to get home. I'm going to eat. I'm going to take my vitamins and my fish oils. Then I have to go to soccer practice tonight. Whenever I get done soccer practice, I'll come home, shower, eat my last meal, which is basically a chicken salad. And that's it for the day. It was a good day. I feel very productive. I'm happy with the way it went. Looking forward to the next 83 days and just overall accomplishing my goal.